Hey everybody, so we just this morning saw the Donkey Kong Bananza Nintendo Direct, which was fantastic. It was filled with lots of cool stuff, lots of nostalgic music, bright colors, fun little, gimmicks and all sorts of cool enemies and attacks. But there's something dark underneath all of that. I'm sensing something kind of dark. Let me explain. So as we know, the original Donkey Kong way back when featured Donkey Kong as the antagonist, right? And an adult Pauline that he kidnapped and had to be saved by Jumpman, or as we know him now, Super Mario. So now that I'm watching this Donkey Kong Bananza Direct, I'm wondering what's going on with the lore, and it could be nothing. It is Nintendo. They are not exactly known for keeping straight stories with their lore, or even making good stories, let's be real. They're pretty they make fantastic games, of course, but their stories, they're just not great usually. They're very surface level. But let's pretend for a minute that they are thinking through this very deeply, okay? Let's think about where this is leading. I'm seeing a very dark subplot underneath all the fun in Donkey Kong Bananza. According to what we saw in the Direct today, I was going to say the trailer, the Direct today, we have basically this subplot of sort of unlikely friends, right? We have young Pauline coming out of the rock, and Donkey Kong's kind of like, what's going on? And they become besties, and obviously throughout the game they build a bond, and they're very close, and they go on this wonderful adventure together. But you notice Pauline is talking about her goal of getting back to the surface, and once she does that she wants to build her dream, make her dream a reality. I apologize, I can't remember the exact line from the trailer, but she says, like, I want to make my dream a reality on this once I get back to the surface, a place where we can both, like, make our dreams come true and be together, or something like that, right? I'm with most of the internet. I know a lot of us right now are talking about the theory that Donkey Kong Bananza is really the prequel to Mario Odyssey, and that young Pauline we see here is in fact the same adult Pauline from Odyssey as mayor of New Dog City. So here's where it gets kind of dark. If that's true, and I believe it is, where's Donkey Kong in Odyssey? Pauline's an adult now. She's the mayor of this city that she probably got back to the surface with Donkey Kong and built, like she said she would, but where's Donkey Kong, right? Well, what do we know about adult Pauline and Donkey Kong? They're enemies. They are not friends. Donkey Kong, as far as I know, I'm not, this Nintendo historian or anything, but I do know Donkey Kong kidnaps adult Pauline. So why is he doing that? When they were best buds when she was little and they got back to the surface together, does something happen to them? So here's what I'm thinking, and again, Nintendo's not going to do this, it's Nintendo, but how cool would it be if they were setting up this subplot to be an unlikely friends scenario in Donkey Kong Bananza, some sort of event when the game ends. I mean, they did show in the preview that, there was some emotional moments. There was that scene at the very end where they were being separated somehow, and Donkey Kong and Pauline were reaching for each other and being like, oh no, like, it was sort of a Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope situation, which I love. So what happens? How cool would it be if it was a unlikely friends scenario for Bananza, and then a friends to enemies scenario for whatever comes after, or even the ending of Bananza? How dark and cool would that be if this was an origin story for Donkey Kong being a villain in the Mario Odyssey universe? I think that would be amazing. Again, is that going to happen? Probably not, but I mean, how else are they setting this up? Probably the answer is they're just rewriting the lore and ignoring the old Donkey Kong, but still, I feel like there's maybe a potential for some more surprises here once we get our hands on Bananza in about a month. Who knows? We know Act 1 now, assuming all the lore is connected. Act 1, Donkey Kong and Pauline meet. They have this little like, oh wow, we're not sure about each other. Act 2, we saw through all the trailers today, they become unlikely friends. And Act 3, who knows? We don't know how this game's going to end, but we do know eventually Pauline and Donkey Kong are not friendly with each other. So what happens? What happens to them? What happens to their relationship? As a writer, my brain immediately goes to this dark side of like, dude, you could do some cool stuff with that. But it's Nintendo. They're not going to do that. So, there you go.